Hello and welcome to 5-Minute Math. Today we are looking at the Algebra 1 concept of parent functions. This is standard A.7C in the great state of Texas, and we are using item number 52 of the 2021 release STAAR test. If you haven't done so already, please go ahead and take a moment to pause the video, work this problem out on your own, unpause it, and we will look at our answers together. So we have a graph of f of x equals x squared, translated 4 units to the left to create the graph of function g. All right, so what is this f of x equals x squared? Well, that's going to be our parent function. So that is going to be our starting function. We're going to transform it. In this case, we want to translate it or slide it 4.5 units to the left. This is the most vanilla function that we could possibly think of. Just a basic parabola. It faces up. It's perfectly symmetrical with the y-axis. And its vertex is right there at the origin. It's only got that one solution right there, 0. So that's it. That's your parent function, y equals x squared. So we want to shift this to the left 4.5 units. So we're not going to make it, we're not going to stretch it. We're not going to make it flip upside down or anything like that. We simply want to stretch, or we want to shift it 4.5 units to the left. So if this is f of x, right there, that's f, then this is going to be g right there. All right, so how do we do that? Well, you see, there's 4 different options here. We can either subtract 4.5 or add 4.5, and some of them are inside the parentheses and some of them are outside the parentheses. So let's see what the difference is here. All right, so when we want to shift up and down, so let's say we want to take this. We want to shift it up 4.5 to this right here. Well, that's what we're going to do, is we're going to do this j right here. Because when you get the g of x equals x squared plus, let's call that d, this d, if the d is greater than 0, then it's going to translate straight up, just shift straight up. If the d is less than 0, then it's going to move that many units down. So it's pretty simple. So this is going to be plus 4.5. This is x squared. And then if we want to move it down here, this is x squared minus 4.5. So it's pretty simple. It lives outside. That would be this one right here. So we're not looking at h. We're not looking at j. We're looking at what do we do inside the parentheses here. So we want to shift it to the left. Here's what is kind of counterintuitive. If we do, let's take f first. Okay, so g of x equals x minus 4.5 squared. Okay, so this is going to shift. It's actually going to shift to the right. Even though it's negative and the negative goes to the left, it is actually opposite here. So this shifts to the right. And so it's different than the translating up and down. And the translating up and down, if the d is greater than 0, it moves up. If it's less than 0, it moves down, just like it should. But it's kind of flipped opposite here when you're dealing with it inside your parentheses. So this positive, even though the positive is to the right on your graph, this positive 4.5 is actually going to shift it the direction we're looking for, to the left. So let's double check on our graphing calculators. So we're going to hit this y equals, and we'll start with just your basic x squared, just to make sure we have that parent function there in blue. But now we're going to come down to here, and we're going to submit what we think is the correct answer, this x plus 4.5. Make sure we square it. And yes, it is going to shift it to the left, even though you are adding 4.5. When it's inside the parentheses, it acts opposite. That moves 4.5 to the left, which is what we're looking for, which means our answer here is going to be G.